the stars align with you, I can't help but think of you. When the stars align with you, I can't help. When the stars align with you, I can't help but think of you. When the stars align with you, I can't help but think of you. When the stars align with you, I can't help but think of you. When the stars align with you, I can't help but think of you.
the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. Everybody's saying that the scat man.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to 4-Digit World Cup. I am this one guy bringing you today losers bracket round 7, the losers bracket the losers bracket small final, shall we say, matchup between the United States and Brazil. The match for a spot in the grand finals weekend, the match for a spot in the top 3 of the tournament, match with a lot on the line, and a match between two teams that are looking to give this their all, put forth their best performance, and try to advance onward for a date with Russia in the losers bracket final next week. This promises to be an incredible match. Both these teams performing quite well in their matches so far this weekend, with Brazil taking down South Korea by the rather one-sided scoreline of 7-2 yesterday morning, and the United States taking out China 7-6 on a dogfight of a match in tiebreaker on Friday night to advance onward here into losers bracket round 7. These guys played pretty darn well in both of those matches. I think compared to expectations, Brazil did better against South Korea than United States did against China. China with a very strong couple-man carry squad that almost got them through that match, but United States was able to close it out, winning their last pick and the tiebreaker. Brazil really not challenged by South Korea in any way. 7-2, and it was really barely even that close. They played, I think, above expectations by a pretty fair margin. They put on a show that was incredibly one-sided. And they did eliminate, I think, the somewhat skill-capped team of South Korea, sent them on home in that 5th and 6th place slot. So they set up a very intriguing matchup here against the United States today. The United States, on the left-hand side of your screen, is going to consist of Captain Miles. He is joined by Ches Bananas, Chillier Pair, Leftovers, Leotic, Spev, Toki, and Vector. I think Miles, Ches Bananas, Leftovers, a few of the players we're definitely looking at this weekend. Chillier Pair looking to rebound from a somewhat poor performance on Friday night. Of course, the speed players, Leotic, Spev, Toki, gonna do their best on the maps that they play today. Vector will be probably in for that low AR hidden stuff, so pretty well-rounded roster. But I do think some of the skill cap players need to show up today against Brazil, who are a team that performed incredibly well, as we said, against South Korea. Of course, Brazil, for their part, captained by Dada, alongside Akanehime, Defans, Desperi, Guilherme Bulos, Kuyo, Tusk, and X Kirito. That's a roster that has been relying a lot on, I think, X Kirito, namely, but many of the other players have put forth good performances to get them to where they are in the tournament now. And this should, on paper, be a very close matchup. Interestingly, Brazil played 9 maps. United States played 13. And of those, there were 6 maps in common. Brazil won 5 of them. So looking quite a bit stronger than the United States on this pool based on their maps in common. A couple of those pretty one-sided affairs as well. Brazil outscored the United States by over 500k on Zendaimimon Fremod 1. They outscored them by 445k on Acid Burst Hidden 3. And so United States is going to be looking for some improvement. I think they underperformed a little bit against China. I think they definitely have room to work and room to grow into this pool. Some of their performance is a little bit lacking on Friday evening, so they barely escaped that match, but hopefully they will be ready for today. A little more comfortable with the time for both these teams, getting to play, 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, rather than having to play at, say, 11 o'clock at night or 10 a.m. Much more friendly time for both these guys. Finally, teams in a relatively similar time zone getting to face off here. They're going to like that a lot. And with that said, we are going to move into the ban phase. Brazil winning the role, opting for second ban, first pick, which is fine with the United States. They're a team that has always picked first ban, second pick anyway. So I think both teams will be pretty comfortable with this. Hopefully we'll avoid any gamesmanship. I know Brazil has at least one player who is in Europe, so it's UTC +2 there. Hopefully don't run into any late night issues there. Late evening, I guess. I think United States is going to take this pick and ban phase very seriously. I think they want to make sure they're getting things that they're comfortable with. You know, considering those maps in common that were pretty one-sided for one side or the other, you know, does the United States think about banning things like that Hidden 3 map or like Free Mod 1, or do they keep kind of the same bans? You know, they banned out Hard Rock 2 against China as well as Nomad 3. We'll see if they keep those bans. They do keep the Hard Rock 2, so that is going to be Gengao Zofun. They really don't want to have to worry about playing that map, and I don't blame them. That's one that very few players are super comfortable with. I think the top score in Brazil versus South Korea, and it was like 428k, but nobody else over like 350k or something like that. So not a surprising ban at all out of the United States. Brazil going to get rid instantly of double time number 4. Not feeling great in terms of their speed roster on that map. They did not play that in common, so not sure necessarily what the exact reason behind that ban is, but just maybe a map that Brazil isn't super comfortable with. They did ban it against South Korea as well, so that's just maintaining the ban there. United States second ban, very likely Curabero Reco, Nomad 3, that was their second ban against China as well. So we'll see if that comes back into play, or if they maybe switch it up in concern for how well Brazil can do on another map. United States looked very bad on the bounce, namely, was probably their worst map in the pool, but that's a map that nobody's good at, so I don't know that they're going to be too worried about it. It's going to be Nomad 6, Chaser XX is going to be the second USA ban. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, they're afraid of Brazil combo gaming them, I suppose, but I don't know that Brazil has a player who can really necessarily carry on that. They didn't play it in their match. United States did play it in theirs and didn't do super great, but I don't know that Brazil would do that well on it either, so it's a little bit of an interesting ban. And then Brazil with the last ban going to go in DT number 2, that is Isayo Sakura. We've seen that one banned out quite a bit, so double time bans for Brazil, DT4 and DT2. Meanwhile, the United States going with Hard Rock 2 and Nomad 6. The United States did not play Isayo Sakura in their match. Brazil did. They lost it, but it was very close. 34,000 points, just under 35,000 points, a loss to South Korea. Basically on combo because their accuracy was way better. But those are going to be the bans, and we will now get into our first pick here from Brazil, which I think might again just be Zendaimimon. It was their first pick against South Korea, and they 3-wayed it. Memory serves, or at least 2-wayed it? They 2-wayed it, excuse me. Their third player broke in the last like 150 combo. Meanwhile, United States had only one FC on it. It was a map that Brazil did much better than the USA on. Again, 500,000 points, but it's okay. All right, Brazil's gonna go on the bounce first pick. I guess we're throwing caution to the wind because this is a minute-long DT map that nobody is very good at. It is incredibly awkward finger control and speed and linear patterns from all the way back in 2010. Most players are not very good at this map, just in general. But I guess Brazil thinks they're better than the United States after seeing the USA only able to put up 1.4 million points on this against China. Brazil didn't play it, of course, in their match, so not a direct comparison. But Brazil with the interesting strat, double DT bans, and first picking a DT, and maybe going into Mirage Coordinator after that, depending on how this one goes. This is kind of that blink and you'll miss it type of map. There's not much combo to be had on this. Players with 150, 200 combo are exceeding expectations on this particular pick. It's kind of RNG. You know, it takes me back to seeing the Garfield show back in Hippo Cup 2, where it's just very short and you never know how it's going to end because the scores change so rapidly with it being that short and that tricky to play. But I do believe we have our rosters in. It's Leotic, Toki, Chili Repair, and Leftovers for the USA, which was their roster except with Spev previously. Chili Repair coming in to replace him. Brazil, meanwhile, going to roll Tusk, Guillermobulos, Dada, and X Kirito as their roster for map number 1. The losers bracket semifinal match here. Losers bracket round 7. Both these teams really wanting to take this one. Spot in the top 3 guaranteed for the winner. Loser goes home in 4th place. So we are going to get right into it. On the Bounce is underway, and it'll be over in about 60 seconds. So hope you're watching every little screen and every play, because you're gonna see some crazy stuff here. Already a couple breaks early on. Toki, Leftovers, Dada, Guillermobulos breaking early on. Tusk with some combo. Chili Repair and Leotic, though, holding a little better for the United States. Chili Repair now breaking. There is no combo left in the USA. Tusk still holding on to about 150 combo. Our favorite DT PowerPoint slideshow here coming in. But it is a small lead for Brazil. Not a lot of combo other than Tusk, but he is up over 200, and that is going to give him a lot of points because this is so short. Every little bit of combo counts. And this is looking like a pretty good first pick here from Brazil. Tusk is really putting on a show here. Actually, 276 combo might be the best we've seen on this, and they're just allowing him to carry. And that is going to be a solo carry moment here for Tusk for Brazil. He is still comboing. This is, I think, the best score we've seen on this by a pretty vast margin. Actually absurd. No, he actually... Okay. Yeah, no. Nah, man. Nah. Okay, he finally broke at the ending. What the fuck was that score? That was actually insane. What is Tusk, dude? 2 misses, 950k, 96 accuracy. I don't even care what anybody else did anywhere because it didn't matter. That was absurd. He put the team on his back there. And that is a 1-0 lead. Brazil taking the first point on their first pick. Nice little bit of symmetry there. BBBA for the United States. AAAB for Brazil. Brazil gets the laugh as they take the lead. But you always wonder, you know, when a team starts out with a gimmicky pick like that, what it's going to mean. Because, you know, is that kind of the thought process being, let's pick something gimmicky because that's the type of map that we can win, or let's pick something gimmicky because this this RNG map is the one that we feel gives us the best chance of kind of randomly winning a point. We'll get to see if Brazil kind of leverages into the gimmicky type of maps in this pool for the rest of their picks, or for more of their picks. Or if that was just this one map, you know? So we'll now go into the first pick from the United States, who are seeming to take a fair amount of time on all their picks and bans today. They want to be very certain of everything that they go into, which makes a lot of sense considering how much is on the line in this match and how close this matchup is. You want to find things that you're comfortable with, and for the United States, that means free mod number 2, Tengoku Tojigoku. That is the CS5 AR8 free mod. And I think that's a good pick for the USA. They did really, really well on this map against China. They triple FC'd it with Leftovers on Hidden Hard Rock, Vector on Hidden Only, Spev on Nomad, Chili Repair with 2 misses on Hidden Hard Rock. So the United States will opt into a little overmod on this. And they'll put their very strong small circles and reading players in for what is arguably one of the easier maps in the pool. Very straightforward despite the CS5 AR8 factor coming into play. Looks like they are going to keep that same roster. Brazil, meanwhile, looking like they're going to have Tusk, Defans, Akanehime, X Kirito. So I believe that's X Kirito, Hard Rock, or Hidden, I mean, excuse me. Not sure who runs their Hard Rock on this. Is it Defans Hidden? Hang on, I have to look back. Yeah, X Kirito. I think is the hidden player here. And GLHF's coming out in chat, meaning that we should be going into our second map here. We are going to see Vector hidden only, Leftovers, and a chillier pair, both hidden Hard Rock, so the Overmod once again coming in for the United States. Brazil going to Overmod as well, hidden X Kirito, Defans Hard Rock, and Tusk hidden Hard Rock. Akanehime and Spev, the only no mods on this. And despite the United States' performance, what? Do we need a... What is going on here? What? Vector? Did he just not play the first 40 combo of the map? Did he have his fingers on the wrong keys? Anybody else see that? I was going to say, despite the United States' performance on this against China, this might be contested, but it looks like Brazil might just run away with it. Vector just kind of apparently trolling, and Leftovers not having the greatest time either. Chillier Pair and Spev gonna do what they can. Tusk and Akanehime both with the FCs for Brazil and a backing combo for Defans, and actually this can just come back because there's a break from Tusk. X Kirito with a break as well. And Akanehime breaking. So I guess, I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter because the United States is going to take the lead back. Spev and Chillier Pair maintaining the FCs. Spev on the SS run currently with no mod, and Chillier Pair with the hidden Hard Rock. I believe that's 1x100. So I guess whatever happened to Vector at the beginning just didn't matter. He's going to end up with not the greatest of scores, but his team backing him up. He's still actually struggling a little bit. So I don't know that I can say exactly what's happening there, but I believe the United States should be able to hold on to this lead. The double FC just too strong for Brazil's combos to really be able to contest, especially with the late break from X Kirito and Defans. Coming into the ending, it will be a United States point. Spev breaking his SS, but Chillier Pair will come in strong with the hidden Hard Rock, 99.6 accuracy FC. 3.1 million to 2.7 million. Not the score the United States would have liked, but it's good enough for the win. Vector, 27 misses, 700s, 650s. I am very curious. Okay, one of his keys just broke. I don't know how exactly that would happen, but I guess it's a thing that can occur. Chillier, 2 100s on the hidden Hard Rock. Spev, 0 100s, 1 miss. So, you know, United States dropped their score, but it just didn't end up mattering because they were able to get carried. And Brazil, maybe not quite set for that one, but man, that could have been different because Tusk with 1 miss, Akanehime with 1 miss, they just both happened to be about halfway through. So, United States winning the CS5 AR8 means that the AR8 hidden is potentially an option. Of the maps in common, that was one of the closer ones. Brazil did win it by 147k, but that was with some not great scores to the US, and I think Brazil a little overperforming on it. So if they're feeling good about reading today, they might go into the AR8 hidden pick here after this Brazil pick with their own next pick. But we'll get to find that out in a few minutes. First off, we are going to have the second pick for Brazil at a 1-1 tie through the first 2 maps. I think Brazil might pick hidden 3 here. Nope, they're going to go free mod 1. So that will be Zendai Mimon. I think that's a very contested pick. But no, it's actually, well, it can be a contested pick. So Brazil put up 3.3 million, United States put up 2.8 million. So on paper, that was a big win for Brazil in their common picks. but that is with maybe just a little bit of underperformance, some ill-timed breaks from the United States. I don't know. We'll see if Brazil can repeat their performance, because that was a double FC and a break in the last 150 combo. That's a lot to live up to. I do think they're capable of it. This map is not incredibly difficult. So a contested map, but I think one that favors Brazil just based on their previous results alone. We did have previous league leftovers, Miles, Vector, and Chillier pair. It looks like it's going to be the same roster for them. Defan's, X, Kirito, Dada, and Tusk will be the same roster for Brazil as well. So both these teams keeping their roster from their previous match where they played this map. So that's going to be probably leftovers hidden Hard Rock again, Vector hidden only, Defan's Hard Rock, Kirito hidden, and the other two for each team roll in the no mod pick, and that is indeed what we're going to see. So United States is going to have to improve their score on this one from the last time they played it if they want to be competitive on this pick. Brazil will, though, need to replicate their score, because I think the United States will improve theirs by at least a small amount. I think 3 million is a reasonable goal for the United States, and that 3.3 million would be a nice score to get again for Brazil. We're going to get into it here, this intro. A little bit of free combo for the most part, as long as you don't miss aim in a silly sort of way. Is going to be all 8 players holding through the beginning. Leftovers accuracy suffering a little bit, but so is that of X, Kirito, and Defan, so not the end of the world by any means. Very early on. Not a lengthy map, a little under 3 minutes long, but there's enough free combo that it feels a bit shorter than that. You'll end up seeing some slider aim and some difficult little 1/3 aim patterns, some triangles that are pretty tricky, and some accelerating and decelerating streams, as well as a couple slider streams. Once we get into the meat of the map, the main rhythm will come in shortly here with the teams almost dead even, but there's a break from Chillier pair for the United States, so they will not carry 4 full combos into the first difficult section of the map, whereas Brazil will do exactly that. 4 FCs to 3 in their favor. Just under halfway through into those triangles, Miles is going to be the one to break. So 2 FCs gone for the United States, still 4 on line for Brazil. Vector breaking as well. The United States not having a good time here. Brazil is just going to eat this up with those 4 FCs still intact. Only the play from leftovers still maintaining a full combo. Brazil is going to run away with this one. Almost 2/3 of the way through the map already, and the lead is growing over 300,000 points. The United States not going to feel too great about this one. But this was a map that Brazil, I think, was pretty much expected to win. Their performance on this type of map has been very, very solid, which is why I think they might go into Acid Burst after this. Kind of flowy, smooth aim with some sliders involved and a little bit of burst as well. Kind of something that they seem to be really strong on. And into the next little breakdown here, the decelerating stream. Brazil 4-way FC still alive. This is a remarkable play from their team as they come into the ending of the map. The outcome is determined at this point, 700,000 points. Dada and X, Kirito do both break near the end, so we'll see if they can close out the double FC at least on Defan's and Tusk. Leftovers still FCing for the United States. The other players with some combo, but it's just not going to matter. We just have the last 150 combo to play here. Or, excuse me, 50 combo to play. And it is going to once again be the double FC from the Brazilian squad here on Free Mod 1. Defan's and Tusk this time in place of Defan's and X, Kirito. Defan's, in fact, scoring almost identical. He scored 950 or so points better than last time. I believe that's the same 100 count, 1 extra 50. Tusk improving his score from a 500k to an FC. X, Kirito dropping a little bit, but not a big deal for them as they do improve their score up to 3.5 million from 3.3 million. United States keeping their score pretty similar, 2.7 million after the 2.8 million previously. So very similar score from the United States when they needed to improve it. Brazil keeping an even better score than last time they played this map, and they do take the point. 2-1. Teams winning their first 3 picks here. Leftovers does top score with that hidden Hard Rock FC, but this doesn't matter. I think Chillier pair is kind of becoming the like 4-digit fees where he gets these ridiculous act plays and then he just misses on stuff. And you hate to see it. Brazil daring USA to pick hidden too, as I was talking about before after the USA won the CS5 AR8 free mod. And it looks like they are going to do it. They are going to pick the CS5 AR8 hidden. And I think this is a little bit of a trap here. I really do. Because Brazil did not do, I think, the best they're capable of. Neither did the United States, but Brazil did win it last time. I think Brazil will look to do a little bit better even this time around. We'll see how Kirito feels. He was their carry on this. Excuse me. The first go around, 767k, top scoring that lobby by over 200,000 points. Leftovers the top score for the United States at the 636k, so you can see already the score difference there just between those two top scorers. And then kind of on downward from there, so United States is going to have to pick up the slack a little bit on this pick as well if they want to win it. Looks like we are going to be set here. I think the roster's probably going to stay the same. You've got leftovers, Chezban, Spev, and Vector for the USA. You've got Kirito, Dada, Tusk, and it's going to be a Kanehime in for this one for Brazil in place of Guilherme Bulos last time. Guilherme Bulos was their bottom scorer when they played this yesterday, so maybe the replacement there for that reason. Can't be 100% sure. He might just not be available. I know this, like as I was saying, this match is a little late for him, I guess. He's UTC +2. I think he's in the way or something right at the moment. But we're going to get into it here. Drop these hits on volume down a little bit. Early break from Dada. But I think the United States has some room to improve on this map. As I said, I think Vector can do better. I think Leftovers can do better. I think Chez and Spev are not really the specialists for this type of map, so we're just going to kind of look for them to repeat their performance. Meanwhile, in Brazil, Kirito and Tusk, I think, are guys to watch out for, as Leftovers suffers an early slider break for the United States. Accuracy lead on the USA side, meaning that they'll hold on to the score lead for just a little bit. But it is combo advantage Brazil, not by a huge margin, about 120 combo. Dada with the early miss in the first 50 combo, so they're just now going to take the lead. We get into kind of the intro to the main rhythm here. Little finger control, slightly angled aim. Chezban is going to find a break. This is not a good place in the map to find a break, my dude. And it is Brazil carrying the advantage into the first verse. So Dada finds a miss. They have 3 full combos still intact. Make that 2, make that 1. Kanehime Kirito breaking. Tusk the only with the combo left. But United States has no combo at all. Spev, Vector, Leftovers all breaking. Chez Bananas with about 160 combo. And now there's no combo in Brazil either. Tusk missing. So this middle part of the map, very tricky, and nobody able to establish much combo, meaning the score is going to stay very close. That's a lot of score loss there from Kanehime on those chain misses in that stream, though. United States having a little bit of a small lead here just past halfway, but it's still very tight. As expected of this pick to be quite close. Dada and Tusk gonna find a break each. That's gonna help out United States, who are building up some combo now. 3 players over 300 combo. Spev finally breaking, but Tusk matches him just after. We're gonna go into the last quarter of the map with the United States up by about 140,000 points, which should be comfortable enough to win the pick, especially with another little slow section here. Vector, Leftovers, and Chezban is all building up much more combo than anyone on Brazil's side. Just Kanehime and Kirito trying to keep them in touch, but the lead is continuing to grow, and it's looking like it's going to go out to about 200,000 points. There go all of the combos for Brazil. Kanehime, Kirito, Dada all missing. Chez and Spev do miss for the USA, but Vector and Leftovers are still on top of things, and they're going to bring this one home for the United States. So a risky pick here for the USA after losing this in the compared matchups between their first matches each. But they are going to win it here today on the backs of Vector and Leftovers, both putting up near 600,000 point scores. Leftovers does go over, in fact, both do go over 600K. So very good scores from those two. 2.1 million the score for the USA. That is about the same score as they got actually before. 2.15 going to 2.16, literally within 15,000 score from Friday night. Brazil dropping their score, though, down by just enough that the United States was able to eke out the win here by 440K. Not the best showing for Brazil, and the United States doing what they needed to do to take care of business and set up a 2-2 now tie in the match. Big stuff from Leftovers and Vector there. Those are the guys, you know, on this type of map at this late round in the tournament, those are the guys that the United States needs to perform well, and they did just that. And Brazil is going to pick the United States' least favorite song and map, Nomad 3, Curabereco. This is the first time we'll have seen this map played on this pool this week. Nomad 3. The third pick for Brazil. It's a collab between Sing and Delis. 6.17 stars, 3.5 minutes long. The 2U Self remix. 194 BPM, CS 3.8, Air 9.6. Very good song. And a pretty cool map. You know, people complaining that's a little more focused into aim than into tech, which may be true, but there are plenty of sliders. There are plenty of spots that you get that kind of tech map feel to it. So I don't think it's by any means outside the realm of reason to have it as a Nomad 3 slot. And, you know, as a big fan of 2U, I'm just a fan of this having a slot in a map pool to begin with. I remember when this was first mapped, Delis actually PM'd me he pinged me on Discord in a server that we share to show it to me because he knows that I'm a big fan of 2U. So shout outs to Delis. And we're gonna get underway here. Roster's going to be Miles, Vector, Chesbana's Chillier pair for the USA, Tusk, Defans, Dada, X Kirito for Brazil. Kind of a hybrid roster for these teams, kind of in between a tech roster and an aim roster because this map kind of has a little bit of both, as well as a little bit of that kind of awkward 1/3, 3/4 rhythm stuff. Into it we go. You can kind of see, you know, how this encapsulates a little bit of aim as well as a little bit of tech. You've got some sliders to contend with that are variable slider velocities, but you also have a pretty heavy aim requirement to this as well. The kick sliders coming into play for some quick movements of the cursor. So several different skill sets, a lot of consistency involved in this one. And of course it is decently long, so consistency over the course of the entire map. You get a couple early breaks in from Brazil on Defans and Dada. USA with a small early lead, but not a lot of combo under their belts as of yet. Not even 400 combo in. We're going to go now into the first Ki. See some slider jumps, some overlaps, some finger control bursts. First break from the United States is going to be on Chillier pair, but he's followed up immediately by a break from Dada on Brazil. And Miles and X Kirito trade another break, so it is now Vector and Ches Bananas against Tusk and Defans. Dada did not break, so it's Tusk, Defans, and Dada. Looks like both the United States' misses were legitimate ones, so Vector and Ches Bananas is going to have to do what they can to keep the lead intact for the USA. Combo advantage, though, goes the way of Brazil. If Vector in on a map with approach circles, that's actually pretty crazy to see. Normally, of course, main hidden player. But that's going to be lead going to Brazil thanks to that combo advantage, and there's a Vector break. But it is now just Ches Bananas with the FC, and not a lot of combo backing him up. I think the USA gave up some info on this, telling people that they didn't like this song or this map. Brazil was like, let's practice that. They're going to come in with a very good showing. About 100,000 point lead. Tusk still with the FC, and Defons and Dada on the big combos. Chili pair with another break. USA gonna fall pretty far behind here. Not a lot of combo to speak of outside of Ches Bananas. And just a third of the map left to go. There is finally the break from Tusk, so the FC is gone. But as long as Defons and Dada hold on, there's not really much to be concerned about for Brazil. Chili pair having a lot of trouble on this one. A couple 100,000 points behind. And Ches Bananas and Vector both break on the long 1/3 stream. That is probably going to decide this one. Defons and Dada both holding on, and the United States' only combo is 550 on Miles. That's being matched by X-Kirito. So Defons and Dada just running away with this one uncontested as we get into the very difficult last Ki. Defons and Tusk do both break, but Dada and X-Kirito doing just fine, and Brazil will take this point by probably at least 400,000 or 500,000. Just not much the United States could do on this one. They fell behind, and then this last Ki is too difficult to really get much out of in terms of score. Dada with a ridiculous performance here, over 1,200 combo, just that one early break, hitting everything after that. Really, really impressive score from him. One of the players that I've been absolutely most impressed by over the last couple days here. He popped off against South Korea and coming in with a carry score here on Nomad 3 against the United States to lead Brazil to a 600,000 point victory on Nomad 3 and a 3-2 lead in the match. That was quite a score from him. Just the slider break in the early goings, able to FC the rest of the map with no misses. Very good play from Dada. Came in ready to go on that one. Backed up very well by Defons with 600k and Tusk with 586k. All three of those scores basically as good as anyone from the United States. Their best score, 588k from Ches, but nobody else even really close. So that is a Brazil pretty much demolishing the United States on their own pick here. 491k of X-Curie to the lowest score was better than the 3 of the 4 scores from the United States. United States next pick to come. They do have one DT available. They'd like to look into Mirage Coordinator, but I don't think that's a safe pick by any means. They've got 7 doors, which was the only map in common that they actually outscored Brazil on. That would be a potential pick. Tenohira de Odoru, I think, would be another map that the United States could think about. They could kind of think about picking both of those in order, one than the other. And it is going to be 7 doors. That is going to be the pick here. So our 7-star Nomad 1 is going to be pick number 3 for the United States. The Skyflame Nomad pick. I think this is a decent option for the USA. I think they're very confident in their ability to play this type of map. But that being said, I mean, they only won this against Brazil by 56,000 points, and a lot of that was to do with the fact that Ches got 667k, Miles got 608k. The average score for Brazil a little bit better because the United States goes all the way down to Chilier at 343k for their 3rd score, and Toki, or at 427k from Toki as their 3rd score. I don't know if that's out of order, I guess, on my sheet here that I'm looking at. I apologize. So, the United States will be relying on their players performing as well as they did last time again, which is obviously doable, but it's hard to trust. This is one of those pretty known Nomad ones, just a lot of big aim, basically. I believe there was an update to this map yesterday, like afternoon or this morning, to change it up to a lower OD. Everything else about the map staying exactly the same. That was the only thing that was affected. Dotto modding the map so that he could get the OD changed in between his 2 matches this weekend. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I don't know that I've ever seen that happen before, but I also didn't know Skyflame was actively updating this map. But we'll see if the players can perform up to standards from yesterday. Ches Banana is all ready with the break in the early stages. He was the carry for the United States on this pick yesterday. But Tusk coming in with an early break for Brazil as well. So combo advantage United States, accuracy advantage United States, and big combo advantage now comparatively. Kanehime with the break as well. Defans and X-Kirito with the FCs for the Brazilian side. Miles, Toki, and Chilier pair all FCing for the USA. And a bigger combo from Ches Bananas behind them. This is one of those Nomad ones that actually feels like a pretty good one. The very consistent difficulty, lots of jumps. So Miles with a couple breaks, looks like a little unhappy with himself. I know he thought he could FC this coming in. He played well in this in his practice, but the match is what counts. And it is combo advantage now, I believe, just slightly in favor of Brazil, but it's very close. So score gap is going to maybe trickle down a little bit, but it's going to stay fairly similar. We'll see how long Toki and Chilier pair can keep those FCs up. That's very important because of Defans and X-Kirito both FCing for Brazil. No further breaks from the Brazilian side through that Ki, though. Very good stuff to see from them. So double FC on Defans X-Kirito, double FC on Toki and Chilier pair. Ches Bananas with a break just before the break in the song, though. That means combo advantage and the lead will go to Brazil. The United States is going to Brazil in the second verse. USA now needs a break out of at least one, if not multiple, Brazilian players. Toki and Chilier have to also keep up their full combos. And it's not what it's going to happen. Instead, it's going to be Miles and Toki both breaking again. Meanwhile, Brazil holding all 4 of their combos into the next Ki. This is going to get ugly in a hurry here if Brazil holds on to these combos just a bit longer. Kanehime does break, but it's traded with Toki. Defans and X-Kirito still on the FCs. Just Chilier pair with the FC for the United States, and Tusk with a 700 combo backing the other 2 up. Brazil looking quite strong, and this was why I was afraid of this pick for the United States. They did not win this by a lot in comparison. And Brazil's showing that they are able to improve this score. And there's the break from Chilier, the last FC gone for the United States. X-Kirito and Defans as well as Tusk gonna run with this. But that's a 3-way break for Brazil. Kanehime, X-Kirito, Defans all missing. So Tusk the only combo left. Fortunately for them, Toki, Ches, and Chilier pair all with really no combo. And I don't think this is even comebackable. This is, I think, not a great pick here from the United States. This is always my concern. Nomad 1 picks are so volatile because you can just miss anywhere on maps that require almost nothing besides aim. And this one is going to go Brazil's way. It's going to be a break point, and it's going to be a big one, too. At least 400k, if not 500k. We'll see what happens with Tusk and Kanehime's combos here at the end, but Brazil looking really strong on this pick today. And the United States just falling off like off a cliff with their performance on this map compared to their previous match. There are some breaks finally coming in for Brazil at the end, so it's going to end up being a little closer. Miles and Chilier pair with a bit of combo here at the end are going to bring this back slightly, but it was a foregone conclusion by that point in favor of Brazil. And they win it by 370 or so thousand points. That is a good showing from Brazil. They improved their score by 500k. United States, I mean, they got a similar score to what they got. In fact, a little bit better than what they got against China, but Brazil just giving them all they could handle and then some. That means that Brazil gets the break point. They get the 4-2 lead. They have their own pick to come. Is their opportunity now to take a big lead in this match. You know, it's never over until it's over, but 5-2 is a rough spot to be in if you're the United States. So I think if you're Brazil, I think you go hidden 3 here. I feel like that is the map. Because United States did not look very good on Corivera Reco. Brazil did look really good on Acid Burst. United States looked okay on it, but I think Brazil looked better in their previous match. I think the way this match is going through the first 6 maps, I think Brazil would do well for a hidden kind of tech pick. With X-Kirito coming in, I wonder if that's not going to be the case here. We're going to find out shortly, as the timer is certainly running down. But with the roster that's in, I can't tell what map this is going to be from Brazil. It's going to be Hidden 1. Okay, so again, a very logical pick here. You know, you win the Nomad 1. What's the next map that's most similar to Nomad 1 if you feel like you're having a much better aim day than your opponent? Well, on this particular pool, that happens to be Hidden 1, Tenohira de Odoru. It has some speed and a lot of aim to it. So this is the other really good option, I think, for them to go with here. I think this makes a lot of sense. For the same reason that I thought about Acid Burst as a potential pick, rather than going into kind of the tech that United States didn't look great on, you go into the aim that United States didn't look great on, and obviously the hidden, just kind of a cherry on top. This is not a super hard hidden. Most of it is about the aim and the speed that are required for this pick, much more so than the reading. So I think this is not a map that United States can use their reading advantage on. I think it is a map that Brazil can use what seems to be maybe a little better aim on. And we'll look to consolidate the break point. If they win this, it's 5-2. They're 2 points away, and the United States is in a pretty rough spot. So this is a very important one. This is a very important one for both teams here. The United States did win this as their last pick against China to send it to a tiebreaker. We'll see if they feel that similar sense of urgency here today. 2.5 million was their score. Brazil, of course, did not play this, but if Brazil feels like they're having a very good aim day and a good speed day, I can definitely understand this pick. You know, 2.5, 2.6 million, probably about the target we'll be looking for both of these teams here. It is going to be Miles, Toki, Chesbin as Chillier pair, and they're going to be taking on Tusk, Akanehime, Dada, and X-Kirito, as you would probably expect on a hidden aim map from Brazil. Into it we go. Pretty speedy hidden pick here, 215 BPM. Obviously a lot of aim required as well. We've seen this one in late round Hard Rock and open rank tournaments, so there's a reason for that. This was a map the United States looked pretty good on, and it's a map that Brazil probably feels pretty good about themselves with the aim and the speed required. This is a very contested pick here, I think, between these two rosters. I think I would have preferred to see Hidden 3 here for the Brazil pick. But obviously not a bad option by any means, and we're going to go into the first Ki with a small advantage in favor of the United States thanks to their higher accuracy and the one higher combo. Mostly about the accuracy, though, 95% on Akanehime, about 20,000 points of this score gap right there alone. And he is, in fact, going to be the next to break as well. A good spot for the United States to be in thus far. 4-way full combo through the first Ki for the United States. Dada, X-Kirito holding the FCs, and Tusk with a big combo behind them for Brazil. Toki looks like he did find a break for the United States, but it's matched by X-Kirito immediately after. So no harm done to either team, but it's a little more hurtful to Brazil overall. However, Chillier pair is going to find a break as well, as Toki finding a second one. But Dada follows up thereafter on the stream. So really no net gain or loss. Miles and Chesbin still holding the double FC advantage against Tusk with his near FC. Kanehime looking to build some combo back up, reaching up to about 400 with a third of the map to go. The United States holding a 100,000 point lead. There goes Kanehime's combo, but Chesbin is breaking as well. It is Miles versus Tusk, and there is a lot of score left for those players. Nearly 500k score left in the last quarter of this map because it is relatively note dense at the ending. So if either of those players finds a break, and that is it from Miles. If Tusk holds on, he can actually carry this one for Brazil. That's a lot of combo. Oh, excuse me, it is not, because Ches Bananas had a Bancho miss. I apologize for not catching that. But this Bancho bullshit just keeps happening more and more, so I guess I should just always expect that no miss is actually a miss. And as Ches Bananas continues to match Tusk, this will be United States holding on to this one just fine, as they do have the backing combo to match the backing combo for Brazil as well. Chesman is missing near the end. Tusk has about 200,000 points left. Now just wait a darn second here. This is going to come down a little bit at the ending. Combo advantage in favor of Brazil. Kirito and Tusk going to try to do it, but I don't think there's enough time. Just the last jumps to go through. Toki breaking at the end. Is that enough? No, it is not. So the map ends up being very close. Just 62,000 points separating the teams, but the United States did put together a big enough lead. And Ches Bananas with the 1300 combo able to keep the United States alive on that one, despite the one miss in the first, 20 combo from Tusk. Top scoring in the lobby. Does put together a very good score, but Ches Bananas keeping the United States on top there. And they get the break point right back. 4-3 now the score. United States next to pick, able to tie it up 4-4 if they are victorious. So, what do we go to if we're the United States here? We lose a break point on a name map, and then we get a break point back on a name map, they're probably thinking. So maybe, do you go to something else that's a little more aim? Do you go to something completely different? I mean, they could think about maybe Painful Fate. I don't think they go No Good Magia. I don't think they go Lemuria. I don't know that they go Matt's Core. Maybe Mold? I think a Hard Rock might not be a bad pick here. Maybe Mold, maybe Painful Fate, or DT. They're going to go with the one DT that was left here after the first pick from Brazil. It's been sitting around in their back pocket. And it is going to be the pick here. The fourth pick from the United States will be Mirage Coordinator, the collab extra difficulty. Sumugi-chan collab with Panda Hero on the ZTS. Highest star rating in the DT pool, longest DT pick by a vast margin, 3 minutes and 41 seconds, meaning it's a very long, very stamina and speed intensive. And it also means that we are going to get some really high quality DT lag. This is not a fun map to watch in the tournament client in its current state, but unfortunately not a lot I can do. Apparently. Somebody somewhere needs to teach me how to avoid DT client lag, because I don't know how to do it. I believe we've got the rosters set here. We're going to see on the United States side, Toki, Gliotic, Spev, and Chillier. The same roster as they had in for this before. On the Brazilian side, you're going to see Tusk, Sperry, Guilherme Bulos, and Kirito. So switching it up a little bit over there with Guilherme Bulos coming in to replace Dada. Played this last time. Brazil won this by about 66,000 points in the two previous matches. But the United States suffered some very poor misses in this pick when they played it against China. Some really questionable breaks in some of the easier portions of the map. So there's a lot of room for them to improve, and they'll be looking to avoid some of those kind of shit misses for sure. But of course, as I say that, Spev with the early break. I didn't know what I just did could happen, but okay. Early break from Desperi on the Brazilian side. The United States going to hold on to a little bit of a lead here. Accuracy advantage just slightly in their favor. Leotic finding a break as well. Very small score lead for the USA, but combo lead is actually, I believe, slightly in favor of Brazil. Nobody gets slow slidered. Nobody breaks in this little slow section. We did see a couple misses here, I believe, in USA versus China. Score lead only about 20,000 points and shrinking. So there's a break from Guilherme Bulos, so we do get a break in this part. Sperry as well as Leotic with some traded misses, but Spev, Chilier, and Toki all holding on. Advantage United States, 2 full combos, matching 2 full combos on Tusk and Kirito, but that is Spev with an unanswered backing combo for the full combos. Getting to about halfway through. Leotic breaking once again. That's not the end of the world for the United States. He's their lowest combo player. The other 3 are doing okay. And Desperi with another break for Brazil. If either Tusk or Kirito breaks, it's all pretty much over because the United States will have such a big combo advantage. And there goes Kirito. If Spev, Chilier, and Toki can keep up the combo for just a little bit longer, United States will have a huge advantage on this one. Let's see if they make it through the stream. They do not. Oh my god, the United States 3-way combo resets. Oh boy, Spev, Toki, and Chilier pair just all broke at the same time, exactly halfway through. And that is now Tusk and Guilherme Bulos with unanswered combo from Brazil. Oh goodness. Oh me, oh my, you hate to see it, but that is going to be Brazil taking a mammoth combo lead, like, huge. Guilherme Bulos and Tusk just need to hold on, like, a little bit longer, and they will quickly take this score lead over. Tusk does find a break, though, so it is now down to Guilherme Bulos. Oh my gosh, Desperi and Kirito breaking behind him. The United States might have just gotten saved. They may have just gotten saved from what could have been a very depressing sort of way to lose this pick. Guilherme Bulos with a 770 combo, but Leotic, Spev, Chilier, and Toki now all putting together some combo again. Leotic not all that far behind Guilherme Bulos. Leotic does finally break, but the other 3 hold on. It's a combo lead slightly in favor of Brazil thanks to Guilherme Bulos, but not by that much. This score gap may come down very slowly, but it's super, super close. And a break from Desperi ensures that it's going to be even slower now for that combo. Guilherme Bulos doing what he can, but he doesn't have a lot of score left to build up. There's a break from Leotic, but we're coming so close to the end here. 120,000 points or so in favor of the United States. I believe they're able to hold on to this one, thanks to those combos that Spev, Chilier, and Toki are all maintaining. Just the ending to come. We saw what happened to South Korea on this. They lost by 13,000 points after losing 13,000 points in the outro. We'll hopefully not see that happen again in the United States here, who I think are in the driver's seat, making it through the last stream. And they take the point. 4-4 is the score, tied up once again. That could have been scary because that was a 3-way combo break at a really bad time for the USA, but fortunately for them, Brazil was not able to take advantage of it. Despite those huge scores from Guilherme Bulos and from Tusk, Desperi and Kirito just far enough behind, and the players from the United States all able to maintain enough combo to stay in the lead on that one. That was a close one, man. 97,000 points, less than 100,000 margin victory. But that is going to tie it up 4-4. Each team now has 2 picks remaining. We are effectively playing a best of 5 at this juncture. Brazil is going to go with Hard Rock number 1. This is Mold. Not seen this played yet. It is the 5th pick here from Brazil. I think most people are pretty familiar with this map set in one form or another, whether it's this diff or the top diff. Necrogoblicon kind of announcing their presence in the tournament scene a little bit. It's always interesting, you know, when you get a map played for the first time in the final match of the round. No real expectations in place for it, you know? But Brazil clearly feeling like it's a good option for them. Second to last picking it with the match on a razor's edge at 4-4. You have Kyo coming in for the first time. The United States going to maintain their pretty strong roster. We've got a lot of Ches Bananas, Chili Repair leftovers, as well as Token match. They're good to go. The GLHF's coming out. Ches Bananas leftovers, Toki Chili Repair against Tusk, Defans, Kyo, and Guillermo Bulos. This is another, just, you know, every map at this point in the match feels so tense. Because it is so close. Of course, closer the match gets, the worse the tournament client gets. Maybe we'll load eventually. Oh my gosh, did we do it? I think we did it. Leftovers and Defines not really loading in, so we'll probably have to wait for them. Pancho? Okay. And here we go. Mold. They're decently long one, 3.5 minutes. Very consistent difficulty through these choruses and verses. Some streams, some aims, some sliders, a little bit of everything. The added difficulty, of course, of it being on Hard Rock, and with the nerves of it being late in a very important match. Map number 9 in a best of 13. The nerves coming into play here. Kyo coming in for his first map and becoming the first to break for Brazil, followed up by Guillermo Bulos. United States with that combo lead. Let's see what they can do with it here in the first Ki. Very awkward aim. Not quite direct back and forth, you know, that slight angle to it, and it's gonna catch out a lot of players. Ches Bananas, Toki, Tusk, and Defans all breaking, as well as Guillermo Bulos. There is really no combo on the side of Brazil. 230 on Kyo, the best that they've got. Leftovers and Chili Repair, meanwhile, holding on to the FCs for the United States. But Chili Repair breaks on that awkward little 1/3-ish pattern, so Leftovers now the combo as Chessman and his breaks as well. Leftovers has got to carry the United States now. Just about halfway through the map, and it's only 160,000 points with the combo advantage overall in favor of Brazil. Not that far behind, and the other players all ahead of their counterparts. So Brazil gonna try to bring this score gap back, as long as they don't find misses in this chorus. Score gap staying at about 200,000 points. Oh, there goes Kyo. He had the biggest combo on Brazil. That is a bad break, and that is a bad place to break as you go into a little bit of freer combo here. There's very little free combo in this map, but this is freer at least. Guillermo breaking on that triple. And now it is just down to Tusk and Defons for Brazil. Meanwhile, Leftovers still on the FC, matching them combined, and Defons breaking as well. Leftovers is still on the FC for the United States. Chili Repair, Chesbanez, and Toki all getting their combo back intact. United States is going to run out to a bigger lead here. Just a quarter of the map left to go, and there is not a lot for Brazil. 600 combo on Tusk is all they have to speak for. Leftovers 1100 combo, 600k, makes it through that slightly awkward stream. Just the last Ki he'll have to contend with, and then the ending. Ches Bananas finds a break, but Toki Chili Repair backing up Leftovers just fine. There's not a lot to worry about for them at this point. 500,000 point lead. And Leftovers still FCing. He's got another couple 100,000 points to put together in the last chorus and the ending. This is when Leftovers is at his strongest on these late round pools. His aim and his consistency just come in so clutch in times like this, as well as Toki with the 900 combo. Chilier finally breaking his combo. There goes the FC from Leftovers, but he put up almost a 900,000 score before he even missed. The United States are in a comfortable lead. They will take this point by at least 600,000 points, it appears. Into the ending we go. Toki ending it out with almost an 1100 combo. Leftovers with, I believe, just the one break. A really, really good play from him. 932k for Leftovers. Top score in the lobby by 300,000 points. Not the optimal pick there from Brazil. And the United States gets the break point, and they go up 5-4. Now back in command for the USA. They look to advance onward in the tournament. That was all Leftovers all the time. 99.28, the best accuracy in the lobby by over a full percentage. Of course, 932k, as I said, a score by a lot. And United States are just going to ride that momentum right on into Hard Rock number 3 as their second to last pick here. This is a perfectly logical pick, I think. The way they're playing, this pick makes a lot of sense. I thought they were going to pick this previously, but they waited just a little bit longer, and they got to find out that, yes, indeed, we are feeling good at Hard Rock today, and Leftovers is playing really well today. Let's go ahead and do it. The last Hard Rock. This is the CS 6.5. The map was not shared between the two teams. The United States played it against China, lost it. Only put up 1.6 million, but I think that will definitely be improved here, especially the way Leftovers is playing today, the way Chilier is playing today. Those guys improving a lot of their scores. Chesbanez and Toki, they're just going to keep in the same roster with this being another Hard Rock pick that, again, is going to require some aim, as well as some of that burst finger control. So we're seeing a very similar map here twice in a row, and the United States hoping they can win both of them. We're not going to see a single roster swap on this. Chesbanez, Toki, Leftovers, Chilier pair, Tusk, Defons, Guillermo, and Akane Hime. Hard Rock squadrons have assembled. The GLHF's coming out in chat, so we are in map number 10. This is a big moment as well. The United States looking to go up 6-4 on their own pick. Be in a very dominating position there, 2 match points if they win this one. CS 6.5 Hard Rock selection for this round. Not a long map, only 1 minute 58 seconds, so every bit of combo and every miss counts. Those little tiny circles, any nerves that you might have are going to be exposed here. I think the United States have the confidence level on their side. Going from 4-2 down to 5-4 up. First break is going to come out of Kanehime with 3 misses on the stream. Leftovers cursor just looking so strong and steady today, as well as Chili Repair. Though those are a couple breaks from Ches Banez and Toki. Tusk and Kanehime had balanced them out. Defon's gonna even out that break from Leftovers. Kanehime breaking, get to go. Oh my god, it's a full 8-way combo reset. Okay, so maybe people aren't feeling quite as comfortable as I thought they were. The lead temporarily on the side of Brazil, but there's just no combo anywhere. The highest combo at about 110 from Chili Repair and Ches Banez. Okay, maybe those nerves that I mentioned are actually coming into effect here. We've got a third of the map to go, and it's very, very close. 20,000 points, 30,000 points separating the teams. Into the next difficult section here. Who can keep their nerve about them as Kanehime finds another break. Tusk finds another break as well. Defon's and Giller Bullet's going to do what they can, but the United States takes the lead, and they've got some combo on Ches, Toki, and Chilier. Leftovers working to put together a combo as well as we get a little Bancho break, but the United States up 70,000 points. Not a lot of map left to go now. They just have to hold on a little bit longer. Brazil frantically trying to get the combo they can, but Giller and Bullet's finding a break, and Defon's the only combo over 200 means the United States is going to be basically unopposed here into the ending. And that is going to be another point for the United States. That's 4 points in a row. And they take a 6-4 lead. It is now match point. Brazil on the brink with their next pick, their final pick. Will it be their final pick of the tournament? That's the question. And they're hoping the answer to that is no. But the United States, man, they're looking so strong on these maps that, like I said, 4 picks in a row. I know here they Odoru the break point, Mirage Coordinator on their own pick, Mold on the break point, and then Painful Fate on their own pick with that roster just staying in, staying steady, staying strong. Now Brazil's got a tough moment and a very difficult decision that they're going to have to make. Oh, the options for Brazil: Lemuria, No Good Magia, Matt's Core from the Nomad pool, Acid Burst. I think it has to be Acid Burst, right? If you're Brazil, that is your pick here. I am about 95% certain that this has to be Acid Burst. I don't know what other possible option they feel is going to be comfortable enough for them. The way they played it yesterday, Dada coming in with the FC and a lot of good scores behind him, I think Brazil probably feels like it has to be Acid Burst, and it is. Brazil's tournament live on the line. They are staking it on Acid Burst, hidden number 3, the Pretty and Bonzi collab difficulty. 6.5 stars, just over 2 minutes long, 180 BPM. It is a hidden pick that requires a lot of different skill sets. United States trying to bait Brazil into it, but I think they actually didn't want Brazil to pick this. I think the reverse psychology worked against them because Brazil looks really good on this map, and this is a very good pick for them. Put up almost 2.4 million with Dada on the FC. United States 1.9 million, making for about a 445,000 point deficit for the United States. Brazil looking much better than the USA did on this pick yesterday. And this is going to be them looking to force the United States into a pick to win it all. There is room, as always, there is room for the improvement. The United States with Ches, Miles, Leftovers, and Chili Repair. But yesterday it was, or Friday night, it was Spev. This time it's going to be Chili Repair. He's come in to replace Spev a couple times, and he has improved some scores, though they didn't all work out for the USA. Meanwhile, Brazil, Tusk, Dada, X-Kirito, and Desperi, the exact same roster. A lot riding on this one on Dada. He did have the FC and the best score in the lobby by 400k for his team. But United States, their best score only 568,000. So this is, I think, a very Brazil-favored pick, and I think this was a great option. That being said, there have been 2 hiddens played so far, and the United States won both of them on Tenohira de Odoru and on Death Moon. So I think you know, it's not a done deal by any means, but this was a map that Brazil looked really, really good on against South Korea. The United States still looking for a 5th point in a row. Another break point to close out the match would feel pretty good. We're gonna get to see it though as we're getting underway. A couple early breaks, one from Leftovers, one from Despairy. The very beginning of the map. This map has a couple of kind of distinct phases. You have this portion of the map here, the first about half, and then the back end of the map is incredibly difficult. We do see the early breaks from Dada and Despairy. Leftovers coming in with another miss, but Chillier, Miles, and Chesman is all looking good. I've got to think the United States knew that Brazil would pick this if it was left open, and they worked really hard at making sure they had good scores on it. That being said, they do get a break from Chillier pair, so it is Ches and Miles now against Tusk and Excurito. 2 FCs against 2. Dada with a combo advantage over Leftovers. Despairy with a combo advantage over Chillier pair. Score advantage Brazil very tight now, though. Only a couple of 1,000 points separating the two teams, and that's a break from Tusk at the worst possible time, followed up by Despairy as well. Dead on halfway through is never a good place to break, but Miles finds one of his own for the United States. Excurito and Dada gonna do everything they can, but Ches, Bananas, Leftovers, and Chillier pair combining for a bit of a combo lead in favor of the United States. The map gets intensely difficult in the last third to quarter of this map. No, Dada breaking on next to nothing. That is tragedy for Brazil because Despairy, Tusk, and Excurito break as well. I think it might just be over. The United States are gonna take it on the back of Ches Bananas holding onto the full combo, and Miles with a backing combo as well into this ending. They finally do 4-way reset, do the United States, but there is too little time for Brazil and no combo left. The United States just played a very dangerous game with Brazil, and they're gonna emerge from it unscathed just by the skin of their teeth. This is gonna be the USA closing things out on a very daring bit of reverse psychology. Brazil picking Acid Burst, and they drop it. United States with this almost 700k score from Ches Bananas and the 543k from Miles, carrying them onward to the 7-4 victory. Top 3 in the tournament, and they go on to the grand finals weekend, taking out Brazil, who will leave as the 4th place finishers here in 4WC 2020. And man, you just hate to see that. Dada going from an FC yesterday to 395k today, and Brazil losing by 300,000 points on that last pick. But man, the United States looked really good. 4-2 down, they won 5 points in a row on all kinds of different maps, on several different mods, and they will emerge the victors. They now have the matchup against Russia in the losers bracket final. They're guaranteed top 3. They have a chance at top 2 and a date with the odds-on favorites, Hong Kong, in the grand final. Those will be next weekend, though, so we've got some time. They'll have a new pool. They'll have time to practice. They'll have to prepare. They'll have preparations to make. But I think the United States is going to feel a burst of confidence from this one. Barely able to escape against China, and then really just running roughshod over Brazil here with those 5 straight points for the 7-4 victory. Brazil had a hell of a run in this tournament to make it to 4th place. I think that was better than a lot of people expected out of them, but just eliminated at the hands of the United States, a team that looked very good, a team with a very high skill cap, and a team that came in looking to win the whole thing. Still alive to play another week. Brazil go on home in 4th place. United States secures top 3. We'll be back next Saturday. It'll be the United States against Russia, and then on Sunday, the matchup between the winner of that match and Hong Kong to decide the winners of 4-Digit World Cup. You will not want to miss out. It's going to be a great couple of matches. It'll be an exciting weekend. Hope to see you all there. Thank you for watching today. Congratulations to the United States. GG well played to Brazil on an incredible run through this tournament. Best of luck to them in all their future endeavors, whether it's in OWC or next year in 4WC. But good job to the USA. We'll see you all next week. Have a great day.